Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today we're back with another unboxing and figure review. This time we're doing the Disciple. I went ahead and picked this up from Ringside Collectibles, my favorite store. And funny story about this one, it originally came out as a Build-A-Figure for one of the Monday Night Wars. I think it was like Stevie Ray, Booker T, I forget who else was in that line, but it was a bunch of the Monday Night Wars guys. And he was the Build-A-Figure. If you got all 4 or 5 guys, you could build the Disciple. I was never able to find all those figures on the pegs. I found, I think, Booker T and one other one, but I wasn't able to complete the set, so I didn't bother picking any of them up. And I guess my waiting proved fruitful because they released it as its own individual figure. So now I don't have a bunch of figures in my collection that I wouldn't necessarily otherwise want. So this, I guess, is a money saver, and that's a good thing for me. We do have the dreaded rubber bands on this one. I'm gonna see if I can pop them out without cutting them. Let's see. I got one arm. Okay, one arm came off. Maybe I should have cut them. We got it. Okay. Let me just put this arm back on. But just pulling this, oh wow, okay. So I guess this one has some very, very loose joints. Is this a Build-A-Figure? Why is everything popping out so easily? That's interesting. Anyway, where were we? So here is the Disciple, one of the many gimmicks of Brutus the Barber Beefcake. When he was in WCW, you know, everyone knows the story. He was good friends with Hulk Hogan. And Hulk Hogan liked to take care of his friends, so always tried getting them jobs wherever he went. And in WCW, Brutus the Barber Beefcake never quite found a gimmick that worked for him. This was one of the many. He was also, I think, the Booty Man. He was the Zodiac. And I believe all of those different variants have their own figures. He has a lot of figures, actually, in the pantheon of Mattel and whatever other company makes figures. But this one for me, this is like a late stage Disciple, you know, from like 1998, towards the end of his mainstream career as far as Brutus the Barber Beefcake. One of the last gimmicks he ever adopted. I think this was probably the last unique gimmick that he went to. And then on the indies after WCW folded, he just kind of played the hits as Brutus the Barber Beefcake. But this is one of his many looks. I wouldn't say it's an iconic look. Not by any means, but it's always a character that intrigued me. He obviously didn't have that much of a memorable run in WCW. He was kind of like a member of the B team of the NWO, so to speak. Let's see, oh wow. Without the sunglasses, you can actually tell that that is Brutus the Barber Beefcake. I like the Hollywood headband going over his forehead there. You can kind of see the receding hairline a little bit right there in the corner, which is very accurate, and I appreciate that attention to detail. He's got a nice biker vest. The vest does have some deco on it. I see like a pocket on the side. I see some, I guess, what do you call the strings hanging off the side. In the back, you have the NWO logo. Very nice. Kind of has barbed wire going around the square that the NWO letters are inside of. You have on the jeans, you have this biker chain. I guess not necessarily a biker chain, it's just a chain that's clipped to his waistband. In the middle, right there where the belt would go, you have a silver skull, which is kind of neat. And you have the chaps. The chaps are painted on, so it isn't like a molded piece on top of the pants. It's just painted on chaps, which they look good, it works. I'm not going to complain. Going down the side of the leg, you do have kind of like the lightning bolt aesthetic that Hollywood Hogan would also have on his tights. It also has kind of a dagger and a skull. And on the other side, it has the same lightning bolt motif with "For Life" written on the side. NWO for life. Very nice figure. Again, I'm not sure if this is one that makes my display case. If I had more space, I probably would find a spot for it. You know, actually, I might make just an NWO shelf. Right now, I have kind of a Monday Night Wars, WCW, WWE display. I have like the main guys from that era, but I don't have a specific shelf just for the NWO. Maybe I put him on. I did just recently get this new display case, but again, the space is limited. I can only fit maybe 100 guys, tops, maybe probably less actually. So I need to be selective with who I choose. So we'll see if he makes the cut. But as an overall figure, it looks great. It looks exactly like the Disciple. Like if I close my eyes and I picture the Disciple from WCW, I picture that famous scene in the bathroom with Ultimate Warrior, where he's kind of like staring at his own reflection, something like that. And it looks exactly like it. So they nailed it. Good job, Mattel. And as an overall score, I mean, it's not an iconic figure by any means. It's not an iconic character, but the figure itself is very, very good. So I would go as high as a 8.5 on this one. I mean, as far as how realistic it looks, how close to life it looks, it nails it. So 8.5 out of 10. As always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more.